Yeah, so I went back to school and I did my MBA, and my thesis was based around regulations. And after my experience, especially with having to go out of the country, having to be very covert about doing a therapy that could save my life. Yeah, I was only 44 at the time, but I was definitely suffering from symptoms of biological aging. Catching them early is probably best. And so essentially what I did is I dove into regulations, global regulations, and I tried to point out what was wrong with it and what's wrong with our thinking as a society. Yeah, there are charlatans. There are people who try to take advantage of people to make money. There are zero sum gamers. But if we want to live as a species and prosper and get to the next stage, we have pushed regulations to the point where people actually have to take their consideration of their life into their own hands, learn about technology that's a pretty high learning curve, and go and participate in it somewhere else. Best choice medicine is a pre-regulatory plan that would give us the right to do that in any country of the world. Think about it. You live in the Netherlands. You have the right to go through euthanasia if you feel like it, but you don't actually have the right to take any medicine to try to live, even if it might kill you. And, that should be your choice. We tend to see the patient as being ignorant, as, this is the way they explain it away, why regulations are so important. But actually, people are intelligent. And if you give them the ability to talk to licensed doctors about new medicine and why they might participate in that, it really changes the game and actually puts a lot of pressure back on the companies to make sure they're doing right because you're doing something outside of a regulatory zone. So, you're taking chances yourself. It's the reason why my company never treated anyone else besides myself.
Mhm. So yeah, I think maybe the it's fair to say that the status quo guarantees death
Yep.
eventually. So why do you think so many people keep clinging onto this status quo?
I think that a lot of people aren't educated about the options. The fear mongers speak louder than anyone else on a level playing field. Regulation hides behind the mantra that drugs should be safe before they're used in humans, but a phase one, two, and three is an experiment. As a matter of fact, launched drugs that you take today are an experiment, and we're actually dying taking them. So we're 100% likely to die of all cause mortality of aging, even if you take your drugs as prescribed today, because there are no legalized drugs that are actually life extension drugs. There are some that may border. Metformin has benefits. I'm certain that in our research there are things that outstrip it without, blocking metabolic pathways of growth. Um, so there are some things out there, but but they have diminishing returns. Even if you diet and exercise, you do everything right, it's diminishing returns. You're going to die of biological aging. We have to get more powerful medicine out to people now. And anything less than that, because of what the research shows, is murder. So if the regulatory paths can't do it, if they can't help you get access to these technologies as easy as they help you get access to euthanasia, we have a problem and we need a new pre-regulatory pathway.
Mhm.